good afternoon. So every business faces different changes, be it periodic or environmental. And Tiki is not an exception. So we are happy today to share with you our recipe for success. So we believe that our path to today's success is based on one word: adjust. So in this slides, you will find out why, because we will discuss our strategies in four main areas, namely production, B2C, B2B, and HR. So I will pass the time to Leanne.
Hi, I'm Leanne and I handle the production line. Our aim in production is to produce a sufficient quantity able to support the entire business channels. And to do that, we use the following three strategies. First, do 100% production. That means there's no setting any MRP, and all goods sold are manufactured by our company. We do this because this would lower our procurement costs, thereby lowering our operating expenses. This also helps in boosting our profit margin. Second, we set future deliveries. So all procurement will also be done during future deliveries because it is more easily trackable and more efficient. With future deliveries, you can set the intervals of delivery batch times depending on your demand and your machine production capacity. This allows you to watch your warehouse management inventory level to avoid two dangerous situations: overflow and stagnation due to the lack of raw materials. Moreover, future delivery ensures that you don't meet a vendor out-of-stock situation, which could cause problems in the long run. Last but not least, in regards to maintenance, we use periodic maintenance every 3 days. That is because with predictive maintenance, you would have to oversee it every day, costing you supervision costs, time costs, and money costs. So with these three strategies, our production line aims to procure the right amount of materials to arrive at the right time, at the right level. On to resale.
Retail is the major revenue stream of our business. For logistic management, we use immediate purchase and blanket purchase for day 1 to day 25. We use blanket purchase to spread out the inflation of cost of goods sold. We use manual stock move from warehouse instead of auto replenishment for day 25 to 130 to lower shipping costs and cost of goods sold. The aim is to prevent retail stockout and overflow problem. To prevent retail stockout, we transfer goods from warehouse when inventory level hits 70 or below. To prevent overflow, we did a stock move calculation. Goods to be transported equal to capacity of retail store minus current stock level and minus demand during lead time. With this strategy, we did not experience any retail overflow. We start setting marketing expense at the beginning to capture the market. Control of marketing expense allows us to manage the demand during critical times, like demand peak, to avoid stockout and overflow.
After the retail stores are being not overflowed and not stocked out, the another problem is that if the production side produces so many juices and the retail store cannot consume all of them, then where do those stock go? The answer is e-commerce and B2B. For e-commerce, actually we found out that in the first 10 days, there are a lot of posts and orders with a very low selling price and a very high purchasing price. So what we do in the first few days is that we strive to buy all the goods and raw materials with very low purchasing price, and then we just sell them in a very high price. Hence, it actually serves a very good inventory clearing function for e-commerce because it can sell a product at a high price and in some price. Actually, in the middle of the game, e-commerce also serves as a very good inventory clearing service, but actually I think that B2B is a more important role in this. For B2B, our B2B sales is solely rely on production, as just Leanne said. And we strive to maximize our wholesale sales while keeping our COGS low. Hence, B2B is actually a supporting function to sell all our juices and goods which is not consumed by retail stores and e-commerce. When we are bidding for our wholesales B2Bs, we actually check other teams' price to determine a competitive price for us to ensure our bids can be successful.
Okay, so we're now at the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And here we move on to the Q&A session.
What were you trying to say at the end? Give you a little bit of time to say what you want to say.
So we spent about 1.3 million on the HR. So what we were trying to say is that it serves as one of the most important elements in our business, as HR gives the human capital for our machine utilization and the maintenance, as well as the staff competency. Especially in this grand final, the environment is very competitive, so we need to have enough human capital for our sales, no matter if it's retail or service sales. So our HR execution is depends on the issue level. For 1 and 2, we will do counseling, which is more cheaper, and then we'll go on to training. But because of the HR industry index, staff turnover ratio is the most important index. So transfer and dismissal is not we are going to consider, because remember, we are only doing 130 days. Even though transfer will give us an internal talent pool, because by developing staff's skills, is too expensive because of the time frame is too small.
This is all we want to say. Yeah, thank you.
You're ranked number 6 in sales revenue, and your gross profit is higher than the average. Your net profit is ranked 3rd among all teams. The only thing is that the cash on hand is 8 million and your inventory is 1.7 million, and we feel like you can be more aggressive. But generally speaking, your team has done an impressive job. The question for it is, if you're given a chance to do everything all over again, what would you do? Perhaps what strategy would you adopt to boost your sales revenue?
For that's an easy question for us. It's to buy more machines in advance without being scared of having too many delinquents or overdrafting. I think one of the things that we're trying to push more in every competition is trying to have more machines as early as possible in the game, because that will give us the production supply able to support all channels in a much easier, much faster way. This time we were only able to do it between day 40 and day 60s, because it was not a risk that we were willing to take, because it could cost us bankruptcy, which is something we'd like to avoid in a competition.
Just for curiosity, is it any learning curve from the program in overall proposition? Because as I understand it, in the real situations, that when we have somebody on board, then we will have some of the learning curve for them in order to get into how to operate a machine, or maybe how to work much more closely. So are there any parameters, or just for curiosity, are there any parameters that will be affecting the learning curve?
So we are given the ocean factors of employees. However, each day is only about 40 seconds. So it's not really enough for us to analyze, because like to scroll from the top to the bottom, 40 days is only allows me to look at how much, like only look at small parts of the employee. So it's not really feasible in a short period of time. Thank you.
Thank you, team.